to our review and reaction of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2. Is that right?
Yeah, Volume 2.
Volume 2.
They come in volumes now.
From your Hit the Books hosts. I'm Chris.
And I'm Emery.
And if you're not familiar with our reacts, basically what we do is we give you a general rundown, tell you what we think, and then we'll go into spoiler territory. We will give you a warning before going into spoiler territory, so hopefully I can come up with a link and give that to you for those of you that have already seen it. And, of course, you've already seen it.
It's very, very likely that you've already seen it.
Today is June 13th, so we saw it right when it came out, and it's been, a week, 2 weeks? A little more than that?
Yeah, maybe.
Since it came out? I don't remember when it came out. But there's some time has passed since we saw it. So, generally, what did you think, Emery?
It was very enjoyable. It was a movie that, at its core, was a lot of fun. With that being said, this is a movie that was very, very much in love with itself. And I will explain more on that later. How did you think of the movie?
I thought it was pretty good. Some people are lauding it as like one of the best of the Marvel movies so far, and I don't feel that way at all. I actually think it's probably more towards the bottom for me.
Oh, yeah?
Without talking about the spoilers, I think they were really heavy-handed on some of the jokes and some of the other nonsense. You know, to me, the music wasn't as good. The story wasn't quite as compelling or as interesting. The characters were more over the top than they probably should have been.
I'd agree with the over the top at least.
A lot of the jokes were not landing for me, and there's one moment specifically that I don't think was supposed to be a joke.
I know exactly which moment you're talking about, but explain.
But it very much just pulled me right out of the movie, and from then on, I just even when I tried, I just couldn't get myself back into it. That's not to say it's a bad movie. Definitely worth seeing in theaters. It's, like all the Marvel movies, it's a spectacle movie, so go check it out. Enjoy. But I think the first Guardians movie was far, far, far better, and probably my favorite in the entire series.
That's fair.
The second one, not so much.
Yeah. Personally, for me...
Are we going into spoilers yet?
Yeah, let's get into spoilers.
All right,
so just so you know, people, spoiler warning.
Do not watch past this if you don't want anything spoiled. Again, I'm guessing you already saw this.
Spoilers. So, the scene that took you out of it is probably my favorite scene, just from like an actor's standpoint. The scene, the father-son moment, as I'm going to call it from here on.
Yeah. It was so bad.
This is also probably the biggest case, like the biggest piece of evidence for the case that I would make that this movie is very in love with itself. A scene that probably shouldn't have been comedic, or at least I personally wouldn't have written it as that. It was probably done in the most comedic fashion by Chris Pratt and Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I love Kurt Russell. Everything you do, just keep doing it.
Yeah, he did an awesome job. I loved him in the movie.
Oh, yeah. But this moment...
This moment was rough. We watched it together. And,
yeah.
I remember hysterically laughing. I don't know how much of the theater appreciated that, but it was so stupid and heavy-handed and just... I don't know.
Yes.
I very much think they intended for it to be a serious moment and an emotional, happy moment when he takes the fucking magic ball and plays catch with his god dad. Yeah.
Here's the thing that just really sold me on the fact that they are so comfortable with this movie. They are so comfortable. That fucking face that Kurt Russell makes as he like goes down the stairs to like get some distance so they could really make this a father-son moment. He's got this grin. He's just like, yes. Pardon that. That fucking moment where they're playing catch and they're like right next to each other. And then,
So stupid.
He throws it back and oh my God. Yeah, it goes back to like that part where he's walking down the steps. He's just going like, it's like, it was funny. I don't think it should have been funny, but this was hilarious to me.
Yeah, I could not stop laughing when I watched this. There's two things that will make me inappropriately, hysterically laugh in the movie theater, and that one is when something that's supposed to be taken serious is clearly not capable of being taken seriously.
Yeah, this being like a perfect example.
And the other being grotesque violence that is completely unexpected and comes out of nowhere. Which does happen towards the end. And again, I hysterically laughed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, sweet mercy. Oh. There was a lot going on in this movie. There was a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah. So basically, for those of you who need a refresher, maybe just want to hear me talk, the movie splits into two separate movies, really.
Yeah.
Pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah. In D&D terms, this is the part where they split the party. And if you're any kind of roleplay nerd, rule number 1, don't split the party. Just don't do it. That's how you die.
I only know this because of Stranger Things.
Yeah. Good show. With that in mind, it's a Marvel movie, so everyone's safe.
Yeah, so basically the premise is the gang does the cliche Disney, Marvel, I'll just say Disney.
Yeah.
Disney thing where they don't realize that they're a family yet. And so they must get angry at each other and separate and go on separate personal quests to reevaluate who their real friends and family are. And it's kind of a cliche plot line that, for me, it was like, okay, fine. It's like every other Disney thing.
Yeah, it started out with like, we don't really know like whether or not we're going to make this the theme. But then like halfway to like the last third of the movie, they really hammer that one home.
Mm-hmm. And there was a few new characters, but for the most part, it stuck to the core group. One of the disappointing things for me was that Groot stayed Baby Groot the entire time until the end credits scene. So all this shit they've been going through, however long it's been going on, he's still just Baby Groot, and then credits for some reason he just gets fucking huge again.
I found it very funny that
I like that he was a rude teenager.
Oh,
Get out of
yeah.
my room.
It's like, I am Groot.
Yeah.
It's like, I am not boring. It's like,
that
thank you.
was pretty cute,
Yeah, thank you for making the lead asshole turn into a dad.
I was kind of hoping for either he would stay Baby Groot, going forward and just like slowly age normally.
Yeah.
Or he would grow quickly to be regular Groot again. I don't know.
Because we wanted regular Groot.
Yeah. Baby Groot was cool though. Baby Groot was fine.
Yeah, Baby Groot was basically perfect marketing for the ladies. Like, aw, it's so cute.
And that's exactly what happened with my girlfriend. So. The only reason she wanted to see the movie was Baby Groot.
Baby Groot,
So.
of course.
Sold tickets. Worked.
Yeah. Let's. Are we going to skim over the fact that this entire thing, this entire movie, happened with a baby on board?
Well, that baby did kill a few people, so
Okay, we'll give the infant a pass.
murder baby.
Oh, it's a baby. It's fine. It's adorable.
So were
That
there
it
any
killed several people?
were there any standout scenes for you, either good or bad, that really stuck out in the movie for you, other than the dad magic ball nonsense?
There was a scene that I thought was like really interesting, but like both risky and safe at the same time. And this goes back again to Kurt Russell.
Who was awesome in this movie.
Oh, he was awesome.
I can't emphasize that enough.
Oh yeah.
He was awesome.
He was great. I want more of him. Sadly, spoiler alert, we don't get to have that. And for good reason, but again, we'll get into that later. One of my favorite scenes was probably the one where they're leading into the big reveal that he's going to be the villain for this movie. That it was the part where he reveals that he's just been boning space chicks like throughout the cosmos like this entire time. Mind you, it was so that he could find someone to help him achieve his goal. But yeah, there's a part where like they show like the what I call like the ceramic version of the past. And they show like a ceramic version of him de-aged with the 70s hair, which again, that was perfect. Please, I'll take more of that any day of the goddamn week. But they showed it was him with Pete Quill's mom, and then they showed him like basically doing the same thing with a bunch of things, and like I think one of them looked like a Cthulhu monster.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was some tentacle action in there.
It was like
It was good.
Like, oh man.
I was into it.
Pete Quill thought he was going to make some weird shit, but man, he had no idea. Oh, that was also one of my favorite scenes when, and this is just the comedy that landed for me, was when Kurt Russell, as Ego, the living planet, relayed to Pete Quill that he could have these same powers. That one of the things that Pete Quill wanted to do is like, oh, I can make stuff? I can just make anything I want? Like, I'm going to make a thing of Skeletor and Pac-Man and Heather Locklear, all the shit from the 70s. And then to, like, really cap that off, he said, I'm going to make some weird shit.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
Yeah.
And then in the fight scene where he had the Pac-Man waka waka.
Like, waka, 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 waka.
I'm sure some people rolled their eyes, but I thought that was funny.
I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing that we acknowledged that, one, Chekhov's gun. We don't need the Skeletor or the Heather Locklear. Those are licensing nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Pac-Man will take.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Anything else?
Heartfelt moment. There was a heartfelt moment between Drax and Mantis that I really liked. It was like the point where, because she can, like, she's an empath, she can feel other people's emotions.
Yep.
I thought that was very well acted.
I think their relationship was funny and entertaining and cool, but for me, like, Drax was just, they really pushed him over the top, man. Like, the other movie, he was done in small doses. Yeah, there was something grounding him a little bit, but this movie is just, he's full idiot and just talks the entire time because he's the comedic relief most of the time, you know.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be Rocket, but no. We went Drax this time.
Rocket really didn't have much of a role until the very end, did he?
No.
He really, he had the one cool scene in the woods that was kind of entertaining, but other than that, he really didn't do much.
Yeah, no.
Which is surprising because he was kind of like the main guy in the first movie.
Right. But I think instead of focusing on him doing cool shit, we kind of gave him a bit of an arc with Yondu, Rip, and Pepperoni.
Mm-hmm. I will say, for me, the most enjoyable parts of the movie were with Yondu for me.
Oh yeah.
I just like everything he did was entertaining and fun, and like added a little depth to his character. And like when Sylvester Stallone came by, you know, say,
Yeah.
you're not part of the Ravagers or whatever anymore.
And like, here's why.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that a lot. I liked the Sylvester Stallone cameo, even though I kind of think they're milking it for another extension, round 3 or 4 or whatever they're on now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fun fact: him and that posse that he corralled at the in the credits. Those are the original Guardians from the comics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yep. Let's get one more.
But that was cool. I think his death was a little like foreshadowed a little too hard, because it was blatantly obvious to me about halfway through the movie what was going to happen.
Yeah, there are quite a few death flags.
And then when it did happen, it was just kind of like quick, froze in space or whatever, whatever.
I wanted more.
Yeah, I thought his character was probably the best in the whole movie, and it kind of bums me out that he's most likely not going to be in any more movies with the rest of the gang. I think it would have been a cool dynamic to have him as like the captain of the ship while the others, do their thing or whatever.
Have him be
the father figure.
Oh yeah.
Now that Kurt Russell is no more.
The not quite dad teaching the other not quite dad how to be a dad.
Yeah. So I loved his character all through the movie. I liked him in the first movie, but I think he was like the best part of Guardians too. And the whole end funeral scene, like, even though I completely expected it, the way they did it, where they had the Ravagers all show up and watch the funeral procession, and then they all shot off their fireworks or whatever. Right. I don't understand what the fuck's going on with these ships. They all seem to have shit that just does what it wants, I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Technology in this universe is not very consistent.
I mean, it's space. It's weird. I'm just going to let it happen.
So there was a few new characters.
Yeah, there were.
Just to name a few, we had Taserface.
He
some
also
of them might have
rest
been
in
in the
peace.
background in previous movies, but I just don't remember them. Taserface. We had Mantis. Obviously Ego. Who am I missing? We had all the Ravagers with Sylvester Stallone leading them.
Yeah, Kraglin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the second in command for that ship.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, he does a good job of just kind of being there right at the right time.
Yeah, so that was pretty entertaining. He was fine.
Yeah.
What did you think of each of the characters?
Kraglin, I don't know why, but I want more of him.
I don't know if he's the same actor, but he reminds me a lot of the guy that in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies that keeps losing his glass eye.
Oh,
he's kind of like that character for me. I don't know.
I mean,
and again,
the
Disney.
Arcs, yeah, thank you, Disney, for having that one guy who's like, I kind of want to see more of him, but not too much.
Yeah,
not too much.
The bumbling idiot that's just passing by.
Yeah, bumbling background idiot. Those are my favorite.
Not the lead idiot.
Yeah, no. None of that. Stop it.
Okay.
Kraglin, he was probably my favorite of the side characters.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say that about Sylvester Stallone because, I mean, he had like one line.
Yeah, he really...
he doesn't have enough for me to give that much of a shit.
Yeah.
With that being said,
I can't believe that guy's still kicking though. He's so fucking old, but he doesn't look like
it's like
Sylvester Stallone. Sly Stallone's still fucking going strong. He's great.
Yeah, he's Rocky, man. He doesn't go down without a fight. With that being said, I am so upset that we don't get to have Space Tango and Cash. We had Kurt Russell and Sly Stallone in the same movie, and they never meet.
I see your point. What a tragedy.
Oh, it was so close. It was so close.
He was fine. He was kind of irrelevant to me, though.
It's like he was a setup. That is what...
He was very much a setup for the end funeral scene.
Yeah. Taserface. fucking
That-
Taserface.
Taserface was, for me, that was another one of the jokes that just wasn't landing. And he wasn't really a good villain either. He was just kind of dumb. I don't know.
They did it way too hard.
Yeah,
They did it way too hard and like internet irreverent.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole Taserface thing. Taserface. Like, come on, like, fuck off. You're forcing the joke.
Okay.
The entire movie, you're forcing the joke, and it's just they literally force it until he fucking dies, and then force it one more time after he dies. Why, Marvel? It's not necessary.
That was one of 2 jokes they forced. That at least I'm remembering. The other one being the fruit's not ripe yet.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, that's probably because it didn't land very well.
With the sister.
Yeah,
All right,
Nebula.
Yeah, that was I totally agree. That was another just like eye roll. Like, okay, whatever. Stop
It's like,
forcing it, please.
it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Oh, I'm gonna try it. Damn, it's not ready yet. What?
And she's not. It doesn't even play to her character at all. Because that's
not even a little
that
bit.
doesn't represent what this character has been.
Like,
for these 2 movies,
right?
It's totally inconsistent. Just humor for humor's sake. I don't.
It's like, let's try to humanize this character by making them hungry this whole time.
Yeah, and I think it very much plays into what you were saying, where the movie was in love with itself, and
it got very comfortable.
I will admit they had very big shoes to fill, trying to
live up to the first
magic
one.
of the first one. Yeah, and I think several things worked against it. Not some of the characters like that, the heavy-handed jokes that just weren't landing, and
right.
really pulled you out of the movie. And the music wasn't that good. Like the first one,
Yeah.
like every song on that soundtrack is just like a classic song that everybody can recognize and sing along to, and makes you feel good, makes you like look forward to the rest.
Yeah.
This one, it was just like kind of vague songs that most people wouldn't know, unless they're into classic, rock music and all, folk rock music from the 70s and stuff. And I recognized a handful, and even those, I was like, I know what they are, but I don't like them,
Right. There's one track that they basically used as like a plot point.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you, Kurt Russell, for trying to make that work as much as you could, but man,
it was just not the good.
Yeah,
they picked a bad song for it,
right?
And I think it all comes down to cost. It was probably like we spent way too much money on the music for the first one, so let's spend a little less on this one and get some more.
Right. Also, with the marketing for this movie, there was a promise made that wasn't kept, like the way they kept the promise from the first movie.
What was that?
For the first movie, they basically advertised it with that song by Blue Swede, "Hooked on a Feeling." It was like, oh yeah, that was like a brilliant moment where it's like, oh, I'm about my tunes. Don't you get me?
Yeah,
like,
it never came up.
Yeah, like they
was
had
it even in the credits?
No,
I don't remember.
No, the song by Sweet, which points to you if you've ever heard of them before. The song "Fox on the Run." Great song. Like, that song had me hyped for the movie.
Yeah.
More than that, I was hyped to see it in the movie,
Yeah,
and it wasn't there. It wasn't there, and
I mean, Suicide Squad. Apparently, I don't know if it was in the movie, but I very much did the same thing with playing on your love for Queen.
It was there.
Was it in the movie? Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I know I'm the DC guy, but I've heard so many bad things. I'm terrified to watch it. And spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman in our next video.
Yeah.
And that movie I very much enjoyed, so
oh yeah.
now I'm willing to go back and test the waters with Suicide Squad, because I know the universe isn't completely doomed. But that's for another video.
Right. Right.
Go on.
So
characters.
Characters.
You obviously like Mantis.
Like, Mantis was good.
Both liked Ego.
Ego was great.
Who else have we not mentioned?
Nebula was They were they did too many things out of character with her.
Yeah. Then there's the Golden People.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. You're the Marvel guy. You might know. I don't know.
They called themselves the Sovereign?
Yeah, the Sovereign. That's right.
Yeah, not the same as the Venture Brothers Sovereign. Don't get it twisted.
They were fine, but I thought
yeah.
it was stupid that they're in video game pods,
Right. And
chasing with drones.
Let's take even more stakes out of this whole thing by, like... And don't get me wrong, having the Sovereign there is like a background, like, oh man, they're going to catch up to us. That was a good idea. It's just that idea would have meant more if, let's face it, the people were actually in the ships that they were piloting and not like droning video gaming this shit.
Yeah, and other than the fucking cameo at the end.
Right.
That they had no real purpose in the movie. They had nothing to do with the overarching ego story. They didn't have anything really to do with the Taserface stuff where they got locked up.
Right.
And those are the two basic storylines.
This...
Escape from prison and ego.
Yeah, this is basically a last Infinity Stone reveal. In case you're wondering where the Soul Stone was.
Yeah.
Soul Stone. Did I say that right the first time?
Who's the character that I can't remember his name? Cosmic or
you and the rest of everyone. Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock. That's right.
Adam Warlock, who hilariously
he
doesn't use magic.
Yeah. I always hated that. I hated that it was a space opera, but and to be honest, he's just a ripoff of what DC did with their same space opera characters.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, there's
saw...
like space new gods.
Yeah.
That's all they were trying to do.
So I don't know.
The only difference is
silly to me. I always, I've always drifted away from the space stuff, and
it gets...
Green Lantern is about the most I'll tolerate, and even they go too far sometimes. They just go back to Earth,
right, where we actually give a shit.
Yeah, maybe that's narcissistic of me as a human to not consider the rest of the universe as interesting.
Minor tangent. You're not the only narcissist. DC is narcissistic in that... Okay. Minor tangent. Maybe major. There's only supposed to be one per sector as far as Green Lanterns are concerned. We have... Yes. One planet. One planet. Not one sector. One planet in a sector is home to 7. Yeah, we do what we want.
Yeah.
We're Earth. I don't know why they don't just, make Earth the new Oa.
I would be okay with it if it was like, we pass it along, like...
The Guardians are dying.
Hal Jordan
we need to pass the torch.
Yeah, Hal Jordan, became a dickhead. So after he became good again, we took away his ring and gave it to, the next guy in line, Guy Gardner, and then
Kyle
Jon Stewart, and then Kyle Rayner, and
Kyle for life.
Yeah,
like I love...
I totally was sympathetic to Jon Stewart because he's the military guy, but
he makes sense
when New Guardians came out.
Yeah,
that's when I was like, "Fuck yes, okay." Kyle Rayner wins.
Oh yeah,
I love having him as the White Lantern.
Yeah,
dealing with all the other lanterns in his group and the New Guardians, trying to keep them, peaceful, and get shit done.
Yeah,
that was such a good run.
Oh yeah,
I love New 52, New Guardians.
Yeah, I love the concept of having one guy who's basically mastered the entire emotional spectrum.
Yeah,
being the voice of reason.
And I like that it reduced the Green Lanterns from by at least one.
Yeah,
we got one guy out of the way, and I even liked how they had Guy Gardner as a Red Lantern. I thought that was consistent with his character.
Oh yeah,
he's always pissed off.
He needs to be a Rage Lantern.
That was perfectly cool with me. I was like, all right, I can see Guy Gardner being a Red Lantern.
Oh yeah, and okay.
But then they started adding spoilers for New 52 stuff. But then they had Supergirl joining them. And I was like, all right.
It was like, we'll just give these rings out to anyone.
Right,
it's not like we're a intergalactic police force that might have standards.
Yeah. To be fair, the covers look cool. I wasn't digging the plot points.
I mean, the covers look cool for a reason, to sell the book.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if it worked, good on you. But can we have a good story, please? And can we please not do the let's give these rings to Kryptonians?
Yeah.
Please.
I mean,
they don't need anything else.
Exactly. I mean, I even liked how they did it in the Injustice comic. For those of you who haven't read the first run of the Injustice comic, I think it was like year 3 when they dealt with the Green Lantern Corps.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, Sinestro gives him a yellow lantern ring because he's instilling fear on the planet, and that's how he's ruling the planet.
Right.
And he's just so fucking OP with a yellow lantern ring and the powers of a Kryptonian.
It's like, wait, I have all of these other ridiculous powers, and I have a ring that makes whatever I want. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done. You guys we're done. I'm ruling the world. That's it.
So that was cool. I like that, and I think they did it well in the Injustice comics. But
yeah,
there was a very clear reason.
Oh yeah.
Although I don't like what they did to Nightwing and to Kyle Rayner in the Injustice comic. Did you read it all?
I did.
I haven't read the last year. I think year 5.
I hate with everything in me what they did to Dick Grayson.
Yeah, that was so stupid. Like, I could see it if Damian did it on purpose.
Yeah.
For whatever, logical reason.
As opposed to
whoops. Oh, I thought you dodged it this time. And it's not even the stick that kills him. It's landing
a goddamn rock.
On a rock. We're in a building with a swept floor. Why is there a random rock on the fucking ground where he can break his neck?
Because we have to get rid of Nightwing.
Yeah, so dumb.
Okay, back to the movie at hand.
Yeah. let's finish this off.
Yeah. Minor tangent, major tangent, back to movie. Okay, so we've gone over the characters.
Mm.
God, this movie. Yeah, it's so many different movies, but it's all trying to be one movie about family. And there are parts where it works, like the end credits thing with Star-Lord and Groot.
Mm-hmm.
And there are parts where it's just, you're forcing it too much with Gamora and Nebula.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. For me, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't want to go out of my way to see it again, unless it was on TV when we needed some background noise or something.
Yeah.
To me, as far as the pantheon of Marvel movies, it's near the bottom for me. If I'm completely honest, above Iron Man 2 and 3, but probably below the Thor movies.
I would place it actually for me above the Thor movies, but below Iron Man 2 and 3.
Wow. So you hold the Iron Man movies in high regard, huh? You really don't like the Thor movies, do you?
No. Don't get me wrong.
I learned something new.
I like the character. I like the guy who plays the character. But when you make that first movie half a movie that's kind of a space opera and half an indie film from 1996...
I don't know. I kind of loved when he smashed the copy and demanded another.
I mean, scenes like that are great.
If your movie makes a meme, it can't be all that bad.
Maybe the internet's maybe the internet's gonna hate me for this. But god damn it, I want my Thor to be Thor. Or if we're gonna do the Donald Blake thing, let's actually do the Donald Blake thing and make him actually humble and not oh, I'll be good. Just give me my hammer back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even Age of Ultron was... I would say it's better than Age of Ultron, because I did not like Age of Ultron that much. So I'm still somewhere in there. I would
say it's on par with Age of Ultron.
Yeah, it's right around there.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree. For those going to see it, from my personal feeling, worth seeing in theaters before it's gone. Probably at discount price.
Yes,
see it
once
because you need to know what's going on in the Marvel universe.
Right,
you should probably watch it.
You'll laugh at some points at least. It it's a movie that is funny.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. You're
Yeah.
not gonna not enjoy it, even if you feel the same way I do. I enjoyed it a lot. I just had certain things that were constantly pulling me out of the movie and making me kind of cringe.
Yeah.
There really isn't that much connecting material like the other movies have kind of had for building up to Infinity War. So
they had like one thing that takes me back. Dairy Queen. Let's plant a space pod that is also part of myself behind a Dairy Queen.
Of all the remote places you could choose where nobody's going to damage it or anything,
Let's
do it here.
Behind a Dairy Queen in Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. No one's going to look for it there.
Nailed it. But yeah, go see it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, the reviews are good. A lot of people like it more than the first one. I don't agree with that, but teach their own, and you might be one of those people. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, worth a watch. Whether or not I'd own it, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Anything else to add?
No, I think that's all I got.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. We'll have a Wonder Woman Reacts coming up pretty soon here, and I think we still owe you a Logan one too. So.
Oh yeah, more to come.
Hopefully we'll nail that and get a podcast going and finally get this show back on the road.
Oh yeah, hit the ground running.
Thanks for sticking with us. We'll see you next time. Get the books.
See you next time.